Ramona Shelburne just said the words that could blow up our entire offseason. The Raptors are refusing to complete the Kawhi Leonard trade. So basically, after everything we've been through this summer, this front office might actually be about to walk away from the whole thing. In this video, we're breaking down Shelburne's report on why Toronto is hesitant to finish this deal and why, as much as I understand the caution here, this trade has to get done because the alternative is genuinely worse for this franchise than just accepting the risk. Before we get into it, quick shout out. We're closing in on our next subscriber milestone on this channel, and this Kawhi saga has honestly put our patience to the test more than anything we've covered all summer. We've been putting out daily uploads, just trying to keep pace with every twist. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single thing, because this story might be reaching its actual breaking point. All right, so let's get into it. Starting with the report itself, Ramona Shelburne said on NBA Today that this came down to the Raptors being given a real choice. Are they willing to assume the risk of something happening to Kawhi Leonard once the league's investigation wraps up? And her exact words were, they are not willing to assume those risks. She also pointed to a real comparison that I think explains this front office's thinking pretty well, the Miami Heat and Terry Rozier situation from last season, where the league investigated Rozier, found nothing conclusive at the time, and then a year later, the Heat ended up stuck with a player who was out of the league entirely because of a federal betting case. So you can see exactly why our front office is being cautious here. Nobody wants to be the next cautionary tale on a national broadcast. And look, I want to be fair to this front office because their hesitation actually makes sense on paper. If the league comes back at some point down the road and drops a real penalty on Kawhi specifically, whether that's a suspension or something even more severe, Toronto would be the one left holding the bag. Not the Clippers, not the league office, us. That's a legitimate, real business risk. And I don't think anybody in that front office is wrong to have thought hard about it before signing off completely. But here's where I have to push back a little, because I think there's a version of caution that's smart and a version of caution that actually ends up costing you more than just taking the swing. And I think we're dangerously close to that second version right now. Kendrick Perkins actually went on NBA Today and told Toronto to find a way out of this deal entirely. Said he doesn't even want to think about Kawhi Leonard in our uniform at this point, given how messy it's gotten. And I understand where that take is coming from emotionally, given how exhausting this entire saga has been. But respectfully, I think that's the wrong read on our actual situation. Because here's the thing, nobody's talking about enough. We already traded Brandon Ingram and Gradey Dick away in this deal. That part already happened mentally and organizationally months ago. If we walk away from this now, we're not just canceling a trade. We're trying to put toothpaste back in the tube with two guys who have spent the entire summer operating like they already belong somewhere else. Ingram's been working out in LA, treating himself like a Clipper. Dick's been doing the same. Do you really think either of those guys walks back into our locker room in October with the same mindset, the same buy-in, the same trust in this organization after we spent all summer trying to send them elsewhere and then pull the plug at the last minute? I don't think that relationship comes back clean. I really don't. And even if it somehow does, think about what we'd actually be getting back at this point if we tried to trade Ingram and Dick elsewhere instead. Now, after all of this, Ingram is coming off heel surgery. He's already been positioned around the league as a guy who's changing teams, and any team we try to deal him to knows exactly how motivated we'd be to move him, given how public this entire situation has become. Gradey Dick's value isn't exactly soaring either after basically an entire offseason of being treated as an outgoing piece in the biggest trade of the summer. We would be selling both of these guys at the absolute lowest point of their leverage, not because of anything they did wrong on the court, but because of how messy this front office decision has made their market. That's the real cost of walking away, and I don't think it's being talked about enough. So personally, I think this front office needs to find a way to just get this done. I get the caution, I genuinely do, The Terry Rozier comparison isn't nothing, and nobody wants to be embarrassed on national television a year from now. But we already made this bet back in June when we agreed to this trade in the first place. Backing out now doesn't undo that decision. It just adds a second layer of damage on top of the first, with Ingram and Dick's value taking a hit, and this front office looking indecisive on the league's biggest stage. Sometimes the smartest move isn't the safest one, it's just finishing what you already started. Here's a question I want answered honestly in the comments. If you were running this front office right now, would you push through and complete this trade despite the risk? Or do you actually agree with Perkins that we should be looking for a way out at this point? I know emotions are running really high on this one after months of waiting, and I want to hear where this fan base genuinely lands. We've obviously been tracking every single twist of this story since the day the trade was first agreed to, and I don't think I've felt this nervous about an outcome all summer. This isn't just about whether we get Kawhi Leonard anymore, it's about what happens to this entire young core if the deal collapses at the finish line. I really believe the version of this offseason where we push through and complete the trade is better for this franchise long term than the version where we get cold feet and try to walk it all back. Look, I understand why this front office is being careful. This is real money and real risk we're talking about. But I think the smartest path forward, the one that actually protects this organization the most, is finishing what we started back in June, not trying to reverse course this late in the process. We'll see what this front office ultimately decides. Appreciate everybody pulling up for this one, as always. If this breakdown resonated with you, do me a favor and hit subscribe so you don't miss it the moment this front office makes its final call. Drop your take in the comments, push through, or find a way out. Until next time, I'm signing off. Cheers. Before we wrap things up, I just want to say thank you for watching and for being part of the Unlimited Hoops Canada community. Whether you've been here since day one or this is your very first video, we truly appreciate every single one of you. Our goal has always been simple: create the best place on YouTube for Toronto Raptors fans and Canadian basketball fans. No clickbait for the sake of it, no pointless drama, just honest conversations, in-depth analysis, breaking news, trade discussions, player breakdowns, NBA draft coverage, and everything happening across the Canadian basketball landscape. This is more than just a Raptors channel. It's a community of basketball fans who love talking hoops, debating the biggest storylines, celebrating the highs, and surviving the lows together. Whether the Raptors are chasing a championship, developing young talent, making a blockbuster trade, or rebuilding for the future, we'll be here covering it every step of the way. And it doesn't stop with the Raptors. We're passionate about Canada basketball as a whole. From the senior men's and women's national teams to our rising stars in the NBA, NCAA, and youth basketball, we'll continue shining a spotlight on Canadian players making an impact around the world. Canadian basketball has never been stronger, and we're excited to follow this incredible journey with all of you. If you enjoyed today's video, the biggest thing you can do to support the channel is hit that like button. It tells YouTube that you enjoyed the content and helps us reach more basketball fans across Canada and around the world. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We upload consistently, covering breaking Raptors news, trade rumors, free agency, game analysis, draft content, off-season moves, Canada basketball updates, and plenty more throughout the year. We also want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with today's take? What would you do if you were running the Raptors? Which Canadian players should we talk about next? We read the comments every day, and many of our future videos are inspired by the conversations happening right here in this community. Finally, if you know another Raptors fan or someone who loves Canadian basketball, share this video with them. Word of mouth is one of the biggest reasons channels like ours continue to grow, and every share genuinely helps. Thank you again for spending part of your day with us. We never take your time or support for granted. Until next time, this is Unlimited Hoops Canada, and as always, keep supporting Canadian basketball, keep believing in the Toronto Raptors, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.